everybody. Okay, so it is Christmas Eve tomorrow. And let's say you're like me and you realize you did all your Christmas shopping. You're in a good shape there, but you did not get any Christmas cards. And you've got like gift cards or money you want to give, or you just want to put a nice card on their gift. All right, so we are going to make super quick and easy Christmas cards. All right, what do you need? Well, you need stuff hopefully you have on hand. A cute one-sided, because you don't want to waste it, Christmas paper. All right, these I got this one at Tuesday morning, I think after Christmas last year, and they're really cute. You would want to pick one of the repeating patterns, and this is the one I picked, okay? But a small repeating pattern is what you want. You would not want a big pattern like, whoops, if you can see for the shadow, a big pattern like that, because it's not going to all show up, okay? So something with a small repeating Christmas pattern. Some plain white cardstock, your cutter, some archival ink. This is Ranger archival ink. Black Stays On will also work, but you need a permanent ink. All right, a Christmas stamp. This one's from Unity. No, this one isn't from Unity. This one's from Hampton Arts. As part of their Night Before Christmas set. Some letter stamps. Merry Christmas. These I got, I think I got them at Tuesday morning. They're Pegs Max stamps. I love them. This is actually two sets, the uppercase and lowercase, and I just put them all together because they snap together. So, except when you drop them. I love them because it makes it very easy to set up your words, set up your spacing, and use it over and over, and have consistent spacing. Y'all know, for 2018, I am joining the Canvas Corp crew. So we have to use some Canvas Corp stuff. These are all Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist. This one is Limelight. This one is Cherry. This one came in a set, and I don't know the name, but it's a gold color. And this one is Red Tulip. These are all older, so the names may have changed. When I do these next year for actual Canvas Corp, I will make sure I have the new names, because I do know they've changed some of their names. Then you need a permanent adhesive. I like anything that comes in one of these applicators. If it comes in an applicator where I can just shoot, I love it. But you want to make sure you have a permanent one. This one's Scotch, but it can be anything. I buy whatever is on clearance. Yeah. And of course, a cup of coffee never hurts. And your dryer never hurts. Okay, so pretty simple. I've already got some of these prepped to make it quicker. But you're going to take one of your big sheets of paper, and you are just going to pick a different pattern. Your big sheet of paper, and trim off your tab part. Okay. And then you want to fold it in half, but you want to fold it in half remembering that you are going to cut it this way. They're going to be long ways. They're going to fold at the top, just because you get more cards this way. So when you fold it, if I folded it this way and then I did it this way, well, all my snowmen are going to be facing weird. So just kind of keep in mind that you are going to make them long ways cards, and use anything for a bone folder. I use the end of my palette knife because I never actually get out my bone folder. Alright, so now the pattern's going the right way, and we're going to cut it in 3, and that's going to give us a 4x6 card. Okay, and the magic of television, I've already done that. Okay, but this is just a different pattern. Again, small repeating pattern. Alright, then we're going to get that white cardstock, and you're going to cut it into, and I did for 4x6 card, I did a 3.5x5 blank because it will fit nicely on there. You can do bigger, smaller, whatever, especially depending on what size your stamp is. My stamp fits nicely on that, so that's what I picked. Okay, so I'm going to set aside my bottom, and then I am going to stamp my little guy here. Make sure you get a good stamp. And I use cardstock for this because if I can reach one. I tried it with watercolor paper, and oops, that's upside down. Because of the texture in the watercolor paper, you just don't get a good clear stamp. And so it's more of a suggestion than the actual stamp. So I swapped to cardstock. So if you're like, well, since I'm using Glimmer Mist, I'd rather use watercolor paper. And if you've got hot press that's smooth, you can totally do that. But if you have got cold press like I did, it's not going to give you a good image. Okay, so regular old cheap cardstock works best. And there we go. Merry Christmas and my image. And you can see it is a much better image because it's on slick paper. Okay. Now then, here is where I do things a little different. You might think we just grab one of these and spray the paper. I like to get my non-stick mat, my craft mat, and spray on it. I don't spray on my card. This is personal preference. You can totally do anything you want to do, but I like to do it this way. And I just kind of spread my colors around. I don't worry about them making mud. I just go for it. And then I'm just going to dip my card in it. And you can see why. I mean, see the texture that you get doing it this way? You would not get that if you had done it the other way. You would get the spray pattern. Let me just get some scrap, just soak up the rest of this. But if you do it this way, you get these great patterns, and you can just keep layering them up. See, and if you get a particular splatter you like and you don't want to mess it up, just hit it with your heat gun to save it, and then keep going. But you can totally do this for a while. And then if you want to make sure you get your edges, just drag your edges through it. I love playing with this stuff. It does get your hands a little messy, so be aware of that. But that's just my scrap cleanup. And let me get another one. I got another piece. I got a little piece here because I don't like to waste anything. And these will become something at some point. So they'll become something at some point. All right, I've got a lot of white going on there. I don't mind that. I actually like it. If you like less white, leave less white. Give it a quick dry. And you can see that I kept all that great texture and light and dark in there with my heat gun. Okay, so just to give it some dimension, I'm going to take it, drag my edges through the black ink. I'll kind of frame it, make it pop out, make it a little more dimensional. I'll do the exact same thing to the edge of my card. And I will drag one direction and then either turn it over or drag the other direction so that I get both sides of the card. And I've now edged this. Take my tape. Oop. And just line it up, stick it on, and just that quick, you have got your cute one-of-a-kind Christmas card. If you want to give it a little more oomph, you can always take your white paint pen and make some faux snowflakes on here. And I'm just making asterisks to do this. How detailed or not detailed or whatever you are is totally up to you. You also could just do white splatter. And just gives it a little more detail and oomph. And of course, if you are making these, you can cut them all, stamp them all, spray them all, and you can make quite a few in a very short amount of time. So, if you have realized that tomorrow is Christmas Eve and you have not got Christmas cards to go in your presents or Christmas tags, you could do the same thing. Make these single rather than double. Punch a hole in them and make them a Christmas tag. I would use a smaller stamp just to make it smaller. But you can use the exact same technique, and hopefully you've got all this stuff on hand. Alright, that's it. Bye, y'all, and Merry Christmas.